Welcome to Titan HST's Business Continuity Today, hosted by Todd DeVoe, where planning meets reality.
Good morning, or good afternoon, depending on where you are at. And, well, if you've been paying attention to the news lately, you've seen that there's been an invasion from Russia into the Ukraine. And I want to kind of just discuss this and exactly why, as business continuity and emergency management professionals, specifically for businesses, that we should be paying attention to this. My name is Todd DeVoe, and I am the Director of Emergency Services for Emergency Management, I should say, for Titan HST. And I'm also a instructor and professor at the secondary level. And what I love to do is I love to find information, learn, and share what I've learned. And I think that's why it's been a passion for me for many years to teach. And so this is what we're doing here today. And today we're going to discuss the Ukrainian invasion from Russia. So understanding and assessing geopolitical risks is a critical thing that you need to do, specifically in the business continuity world, when we're basically forecasting and looking downrange to see how this is going to impact what we do as businesses. And you're thinking, hey, what the heck is a war on the other side of the world, almost literally, going to impact us here? Well, I can tell you this right now. If you take a look at the gas pump, even though the gas prices were going up prior to the war, well, they've gone up. I think it was like $1.27 in a year. And how does that impact you? Well, it impacts you as a business person for fuel costs, for transportation, shipping. If you're just buying stuff at the grocery market, if you guys have gone and seen the prices that are there. Because we are in a global economy and supply chain, and issues in one part of the world are definitely going to impact you on the other. And so crisis management teams and business continuity teams have moved from a nice to have for businesses to a need to have. And this is what I want to discuss today, is the idea of why should an organization have these teams? Well, we're no longer isolated into our one little cocoon building, right? We've learned this. I hope we've learned this from what we've done with COVID, right? How COVID has impacted one area of business, it impacted the others. We've seen this also now going into the microchip issue that we've had, where they have reduced the number of microchips coming out, and now we have component parts across all businesses that they cannot make. So that even impacted the automobile industry here in the United States, to where there's sort of a shortage in vehicles. I saw a sticker the other day on a car, and it said MSR, manufactured rate, was, I think it was like $40,000, and then there's a $30,000 fee on top of that, right? It was basically an economic fee, they called it. Right, so a $40,000 vehicle became $70,000. That is going to have an impact on people who can afford to purchase that vehicle, right? And it's going to have the impact on the ability to sell that vehicle, right? And I don't know if that $30,000 is an additional pocket cash. If it is, that's great for that business. I mean, or does that cover costs that are associated with the manufacturing and shipping of that vehicle? So we're starting to see that again, like I said, the grocery markets. So why does that matter? Well, that means all prices have to go up, and then or you have to start cutting services, right? If you want to keep prices at a minimum for your customer, and that can cost. Normally when you start looking at cost of services, right, you're looking at labor costs, and so that means cutting staff, and then that's a reduction in the ability to produce. Being able to ship the stuff, right? If you're seeing those shipping rates go up, which means that either you're going to have to eat those costs, or you're going to have to charge more for your customers. Or on the other side of it too, what you're seeing too in the airline industry is them cutting routes, right? So at previous places where you could get to, those routes have been cut. I have a friend of mine who lives in Central California. He on the coast. He's had flights canceled on him 3 times when he was trying to get out of there for various different things. Last time was just a couple weeks ago. last week, I think it was actually, when he was trying to get to Vegas for a conference. So again, these small things you think are doesn't make a difference. You can have somebody stuck in other parts of the country. Heck, I was stuck over in Grand Rapids, Michigan for 24 hours due to flight delays and cuts. So it's not just the services that you're providing, it's also the services other people are providing. And so based on that, now you have to really start to lean forward and think of what you have. You know, when you look at this, and so you need to be able to create a good product that you're going to put in front of your C-suite again, or in front of the decision makers. And as Carol Seawick said the other day, this is why she really calls for the idea of the business continuity professionals to be at that level, to be working as at least a vice president of an organization, so they can have direct access to the C-suite. Now you can have a team that works underneath there, but the idea is to have that senior level position within the organization. Looking at the way the world is today, whether it's through natural causes such as tsunamis, earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, or man-made issues such as war, right? We really need to be leaning forward and looking to see how these things impact. When we talked about the issue with the war in the Ukraine as well, it's not just the ground battle that we're having problems with, right? Russia has said that they will be hacking, and we've had issues with hackers across the country already. I mean, we had the Continental Oil organization gas line there that was hacked into last year, right? Again, hitting the fuel prices. Other areas have had other targeted happening with their infrastructure, such as electricity, right? I know that that's what the hackers are looking at right now, or at least that's what the fear is that they're looking at hacking into our electrical systems, our fuel systems, our water, sewer. These systems here, they're looking at and trying to get into. And I know it's our United States defense teams are hard at work, really fighting those hackers in the defensible space. So you have to be looking at that kind of thing. There's a 360 view of what's going on in the world. You can't be myopic. You can't be looking at one center saying, "Hey, look at I'm in the middle of Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and nothing's going to hurt me over here." Well, guess what? They're looking at factories as well, right? And so could that be impacted? So now not only do you have to worry about fuel prices, you have to worry about shipping, you have to worry about transportation. Now you're looking at, can you still provide services after that you've been hit with cyber? It's not without the realm. I mean, it's a possibility that could occur. So having somebody in your organization, such as a business continuity professional or a crisis management team, at least, is that you take a look at this and you have to really have that global look at things. I see that this person should be connected, well connected throughout their organization, right? Where they can go in and have conversations with people, see what's going on. And again, having not just your crisis management team looking at this, you need to have your entire team to be trained and leaning forward and looking at what's going on. Whether it's supply, whether it's the factory floor, whether it's the sales guys, whether it's your facilities managers, everybody has to be part of this team and has to be leaning forward. Look at everybody. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer or have weird predictions or anything like this, but I don't think this is going to be the end of what we're seeing here with this invasion in the Ukraine. I think that this is going to impact us for longer term than just a few, just the people over in the Ukraine. It's going to impact us all. It's going to be a long time and many years that we're going to be dealing with this issue. We have to really kind of, again, be looking at what things are and not how we want them to be. This is going to be a terrible time. It is a terrible time right now in our world. And, I think it's going to just get harder. So everybody start looking at what's going on globally, right? Lean forward on what's happening and really have a plan in place, have a team ready to go and to be able to respond to and react to the issues that are happening. Everybody, thank you so much for listening today with Business Continuity Today. And for all your communication needs, please check out Titan HST. Great group of people over there. I know I'm part of them, and I really love to serve. So until next time, stay safe and stay hydrated.